the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat. And now we send it out to American Airlines Arena. Kevin Clark and Steve are there, courtside, ready for tip-off.
Coming to you live, we've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Hawks, and it's Collins in at the power forward. And for the Heat, then there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Martin in at the 4 spot.
A lot of people picked the Heat to run away with the East last year, and they were right on target. They were just so far and away better than any other team in the East that you just didn't see them losing much during the course of the season.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Here's Tyler. Back to Lowry. The dish to Butler. Clock at 6. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Mark, as you said, the Heat clinched the East pretty early and were able to rest up a lot of their players down the stretch. Steve, never easy to win when everyone expects you to win games, but the Heat didn't seem fazed by the pressure at all.
Well, this is a championship team, and I think once you win that first title, you get a different level of confidence, and that showed last season as Miami rolled to their second title in a row.
There you go. And he knocks down the first one.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
And so Butler nails both of them. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve, just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score. I mean, there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
Now Young, after the missed 3 from Murray. Back to Young. Passes to Murray. Beyond the arc. No luck. And Miami the other way now. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I caught up with the head coach for the Hawks, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
And thanks for that story, Doris.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls, and last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Lowry with the ball. There's the pick. Back to Butler. Young with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Finish off the break. Young's got his first 2 points.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with the great attitude after a short time At Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. You just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
You know, last season the Hawks were a solid team on the road. Nothing spectacular. Really what you'd expect from a 3 seed in the East. Ended the year with a 19-22 road record. Not bad.
He hits the second from the line. Well, Clark, you said it about the Hawks last year, 19-22 on the road. You really need to hover around 500 on the road, don't you think, Steve, to position yourself for the playoffs?
No question. As long as you can control your home court and get a good record there, then 500 on the road is just fine. But this is a Hawks team that's looking to take the next step, Kevin, to really become elite. They've been kind of stuck in the middle for a while now.
And here's Lowry, following the three from Murray. Butler sets a screen for Lowry. Feeds it to Tyler. Back to Lowry.
I got ball.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. Rebound, Atlanta. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Murray. Pass to Hunter. Lots of room. And the rebound goes to Martin.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
That one goes. Count it.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Here's Murray, defended by Tyler. He dishes it to Collins. He kicks it to Young. The tray. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Miami trailing. Now here's Butler. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. He has 6. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Tyler kicks to Lowry. Rejected by Young. Collins, a screen on Butler. Dishes to Collins. And there's the pass to Hunter. The three-pointer off the mark. Miami with the ball. Trailing by 2. Here's Tyler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot off. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And I know he's a fan favorite because he can catch fire immediately at any point in the ball game and just start pouring it in from all over the place.
That's good from Tyler.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great teams until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
Both free throws good from Tyler. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. The Hawks making a switch here. And Miami has possession. Now Lowry, outside Butler. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Young outside, passes it to Murray. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Miami grabs the miss.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Butler goes in. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Butler's got 6.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. The Hawks trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Good boy. No good from Hunter.
I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Here's Butler. The rebound by Young. The Hawks shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Pass to Murray. Collins, a screen on Martin. Hunter covered by Martin. 6 to shoot. Murray, good.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
He'd have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Butler pass it to Lowry. Number 13. He's guarded by Collins. Outside Butler. Heat moving the ball around. The drive by Lowry. Second shot opportunity. Good defensive work there by Young.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
A floater. No good. The Heat go the other way with it. Here's Tyler. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Heat lead by 3. And here's Atlanta. Here's Murray. He's got 8. Young off a pick from Collins. Here's Hunter. And he banks in the layup. And here is Butler. Outside Lowry. Kicks it to Martin. Outside Butler. There's the pick. He passes to Lowry. Three-pointer. And it's Lowry again missing.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Murray, the pass to Hunter. Lets it fly. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Lowry kicks to Martin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Martin's got his first points of the game. The Hawks trail by 3. Young outside. Collins a screen on Lowry. Here's Murray. Another three for Atlanta.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here is Martin. Outside Butler. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. The Hawks shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Number 24, defended by Zeller. Outside Griffin. There's the pass to Bogdanovich. Griffin, and it's blocked by Oladipo. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Four on the clock. Pass to Griffin. Fires from the line. That doesn't go either for Griffin. The Heat have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Vincent, the pass to Oladipo. Here's Vincent. Now the feed to Love. Takes a three. The rebound by Holiday.
Well, for Kevin Love, guys, last season, in my mind, the most trying of his career. I mean, he broke his hand going into the season, came back, and then broke it again. He ended up playing only 18 games for the season and never really found the rhythm at all.
Now Oladipo, after the missed three from Bogdanovich, there's a screen. Oladipo, good. And the Heat lead by 2.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And Kevin Love, known for his great dedication to training in the offseason. He actually broke his hand doing knuckle push-ups. I remember reading the story so clearly with that training staff.
Yeah, he was doing it with the staff at the time. And maybe they take those out of the regimen. Come on.
That's right. Now, here's Oladipo. After the miss from Bogdanovich. Love outside. Number 31, defended by Griffin. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Heat have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Well, you look at the numbers from a season ago. This team shot about 81% as a unit. Very impressive.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
The Hawks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
A lot of people thought the East would be a cakewalk for Miami last year, but Indiana made sure that wasn't going to be the case. What a series with the Pacers using their size and strength to pound Miami down low. And eventually the Heat were able to pull it out, but boy, was that a tough series.
44 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Oladipo with the ball. Love outside. 6 on the shot clock. Number 31 gets the jumper from the corner to fall. He has 5. The Hawks trail by 5. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Outside Holiday. Here's Griffin. Count it from 12. Griffin's got his first bucket in this one.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Passes it to Vincent. For the 3. No good on that last second attempt there. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Heat. They're up by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Tries from 16. No good from Bogdanovich.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here is Love. Pass to Vincent. There's the triple. Shot is no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. And Bogdanovich kicks to Holiday. The pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Holiday. He passes to Bogdanovich. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Bogdanovich has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Hawks. The Heat with the lead. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, "The challenge is not getting bored with simplicity. Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys."
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks. Atlanta making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
And for Atlanta last season, 29 wins against the rest of the conference. Steve, not an amazing total, but ending up over 500 usually gets you a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a lot of people worried that they would fall out of the picture last year after they traded away Joe Johnson. You know, they're not a team that can contend for a title, particularly not now with the departure of Josh Smith. But, hey, they're relevant in the East, and they've got some good young talent.
Here's Vincent. After the made shot from Holiday. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. They set the pick. Pass to Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 41. And he misses the go-ahead basket. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. Vincent defended by Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Haslam. Pass to Vincent. This one for 3. Rebound, Atlanta.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
Here's Bogdanovich, guarded by Robinson. Outside Holiday. Bogdanovich can't tie it up as that one misses.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Robinson kicks to Love. No good from outside. The Hawks trail by 3. Number 41. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The Southeast Division pretty top-heavy last year, but the Hawks, while not having a real chance to win the title, managed to finish second to the Heat in the division.
And for the Hawks, Clark, as you were talking about, taking care of business, going 11-5 against the rest of the Southeast. Steve, they've always seemed to find a way into the top 3 spots of the division when it's all said and done.
Well, Kevin, I mean, let's be honest. This is, not the toughest division ever. I mean, Charlotte and Washington have been really bad. Orlando was horrific last season. So, yeah, that number sounds great, but come on.
Atlanta making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
Now here is Haslam. There's the dish to Love. Releases. Another miss by Love. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Holiday attacking. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Vincent. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Deep 2 from Robinson. And he gets the jumper to drop. And how crazy is that from the Heat to win as many games as they did last season, but still be second in the league in home wins? Still, we're far and away number 1 at home in the East.
Well, yeah, the Knicks were the closest team in the East, but they still had 6 fewer wins at home than Miami. But the Heat really just did what they had to do to put themselves in position to go on to their second NBA title in a row.
Murray, the pass to Holiday. From down in the low post, it goes. Holiday's got 4 points now in the quarter. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Vincent, back to Love. The pass to Vincent, feeds to Love. The 3, the shot misses. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Guys, with the way Kevin Love has added to his game every season, you know, both with his three-point shooting and slimming down to become more mobile, where does he go from here with his game? He's already a very complete player, but knowing him and how he works at it, he'll find something he can improve on.
Now Holiday following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love. Tries again. The shot by Holiday, no good.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Here's Vincent, and it's sent back by Bogdanovich. Capella working on Love. The Hawks working the ball around. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. They swipe it. Here's Vincent. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And the Heat lead by 3. Well, Clark, you mentioned how Kevin Love has slimmed down. I agree. He's really transformed his body since he came to the NBA, hasn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he has. He's much leaner now, does yoga and a lot of core strengthening exercises in the offseason. Still a beast on the board. He's got that leverage, that lower body strength in order to be able to root players out on that weak side of the glass.
I don't want to let the monkey, but you do yoga as well, don't you?
I do, and I'm leaner now and stronger than ever.
You've never looked better.
Thanks, Kev.
You've never looked better.
Appreciate that.
The Hawks trail by 3. Now Murray. He's got 11. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Here's Tyler. He dishes it to Zeller. And stolen by Murray. Now, here is Young. Pass to Murray. Back to Young. Gives him the lead pass. Murray, good. 13 points in the game. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Now here's Butler. 6 points for him. Young outside. Murray. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And now a 3-point Hawks lead. He kicks to Zeller. Just 5 to shoot. And he hits the jump shot. Zeller's got his first points of the night. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Here's Murray. He's got 15. Young outside. Lets the 3 fly. Good. Young's got 5 now.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
And it's the Heat with the ball. 4-point game. Outside for Robinson. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Robinson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, you know, when they need a big 3, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And you know, Steve, he's as level-headed a player as there is. If there's ever been an occasion when he's gotten flustered, I can't recall it. I've not seen it.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
Outside Butler. Dishes it to Tyler. Takes the 3. The shot will not go. The Hawks leading by 3. Young outside. Now the pass to Murray.
I got him.
6 to shoot. Number 17. Some solid defense there from Cody Zeller. Miami's gone 1 of 6 from 3-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Butler attacking. Can't connect from short range.
Great job right there to body him up and affect the trajectory of that shot.
Yeah, that was definitely a forced miss. Like, he couldn't get off the shot he wanted.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Gentlemen, remember, Kevin Love was the 5th overall pick back in 2008. And through hard work, he's transformed his body and expanded his game. He said, I love people telling me what I can't do, telling me this is your ceiling. I think all kids in basketball should never put a limit on themselves. I was able to get out of my comfort zone, and because of that, I'm a much better player. Not only physically, but mentally as well. Kevin?
Yeah, his great skill level has always been his edge. Thanks, Doris. The free throw off from Murray.
For a long time, it's been about getting out and running for Atlanta, and that was really one of the strengths of the team last season as well. Really one of the better teams in fast break points in the league.
Now here is Lowry. Kicks it to Martin. Back to Lowry. Heat moving the ball around. Rebound, Atlanta. Young's got 3 rebounds now in this one. A minute 50 left to play in the first half. Pass to Hunter. Back to Young. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. Here's Collins. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. Left side Butler. Here's Tyler. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Tyler's got 6 points. And for the Hawks, who are so good on the break, ended up 3rd in the league last year in fast break points. Steve, not a surprise with the athletes that team has.
Yeah, but that's changing, Kevin. Josh Smith's departure, I think, is a big blow. They're not as good in transition anymore, but they do have some exciting young talent, young players who can get out and run. So It's going to be interesting over the next couple of seasons to watch this team unfold.
Young off a pick from Hunter. And Young kicks to Hunter. Back to Young. He passes to Hunter. The kick out to Young. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots it. Here's Collins. And the rebound goes to Martin. Martin's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And the Hawks making a change here. The Hawks leading. And here's Griffin. Pass to Hunter. Pass to Young. The feed to Griffin. From deep three-point range. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Hawks lead by 1. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report with a close contest going on out at American Airlines Arena. It's a close game for the Hawks going up against the Miami Heat. They've been making smart passes, protecting their possessions. Fundamental basketball is a beautiful thing to watch. Also, Miami looking good in the first half. They've benefited from some excellent contribution from their bench, providing scoring in bunches when called upon. It's been a major advantage. Jimmy Butler certainly contributing with his play. He's got 8 points and also helped out with 2 rebounds. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Miami, Florida, and the American Airlines Arena. We have seen an exceptional performance from Murray.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Here's Murray. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 19 points in the game. Butler with the ball. Number 13. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 8.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement are generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Here's Murray. And here's Young from the arc. They get the rebound. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. He feeds it to Martin. Outside Butler. They set the pick. The dish to Lowry. 5 to shoot. So they take the lead. And the Heat lead by 1. And for the Hawks, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Murray. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. 21 points in the game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Well, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. And he may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and picked now as the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Here's Tyler. 6 points for him. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Tyler. Clock at 6. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Tyler's got 8.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Heat have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Butler attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 3-point Miami lead. Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Murray, the pass to Hunter. He dishes it to Young. From the arc, and the basket good. He's got 12.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Now here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Lowry. He kicks it to Tyler. Shot clock at 6. Back to Lowry. From deep. Dishes it to Tyler. From deep. And the shot is good. Tyler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Here's Murray, defended by Tyler. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And this was an excellent free throw shooting team a year ago, guys. About 81% as a team.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
That free throw good for Murray. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stop when they needed it.
And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is, a natural tendency to cruise. But, Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They can turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
Both good from the line that time. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Young passes to Murray. Here's the screen. Capella. The pass to Murray. 6 to shoot. Launches a 3. But they recover it. To the paint. Puts up the baby hook. Uses the glass to drop it in. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Back to Butler. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
And Young kicks to Collins. A shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And that one falls for Collins. Oladipo, he's checked in for Tyler. And so Collins nails both of them.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
The Heat have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Lowry kicks to Oladipo. Off target with the jump hook. The Hawks trail it. An even 3-on-3 break. Capella. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He has 6.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Oladipo sets the screen for Lowry. Low block shot on the way. And no good, trying to use the glass. The Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Passes it to Murray. Kicks it to Collins. He's against Martin for the lead. And it's Miami with the rebound. Martin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oladipo with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Oladipo dishes to Butler. Lowry inside the line. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Lowry's got 4 points now in the quarter. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. A different look for Miami. Kevin Love's checked in for Martin. And it's Tyler in for Kyle Lowry. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now Murray. 22 points for him. Hunter, the pass to Young for the lead. And yes, sir, that one drops. Young's got 15. Guys, what a back and forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
Yeah, you're right, Clark. 7 lead changes already.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
The first one falls. Atlanta making a switch here. Both free throws good from Tyler.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Young off a pick from Collins. And Young, here we go. Pass to Collins. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Now here's Love. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he uses the glass on the layup. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Murray. Here's Hunter. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for the Heat. And so here is Miami. He passes it to Butler. He's covered by Murray. Shoots a fader. And it's Butler missing. The Hawks have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And Young, here we go. Collins passes it to Murray. They set the screen. Young, now recovering. Young's shot is off.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Tyler. 13 points in the game. Lowry kicks to Love. Shoots from the baseline. Gets it to go. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter. Atlanta's shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. And the pass to Murray. And there's the feed to Young. The Hawks working the ball around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 25.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Now here's Butler. He's got 12.
You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big men on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the boards.
Young, right side. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
You know
Counts
what?
for 2.
Yeah, but it almost makes it a little more special, Kevin. Just grace over power is the way I see it.
You know, you look at the Hawks last season, and despite the emergence of Jeff Teague as a point guard, didn't have a dominating assist guy at that position, and it was basically more of an equal opportunity offense as far as the assists go.
Now, here is Young. Following the miss by Kevin Love. Murray defended by Tyler. Back to Young. Passes it to Hunter. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And the Hawks making a change here. And here are the Heat now. And Clark, as you said, the Hawks a very good passing team. Steve actually finished 3rd in the NBA in assists per game last year as a team.
Well, it helps when you have great passers at every position. And I thought that was the case for Atlanta last year. The ball moved. Players tried to create easier shots for each other. And that's why they were a pretty effective team.
Atlanta's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Here's Bogdanovich. Young now recovering. Young against Lowry. Pass to Hunter. 5 on the clock. Number 17. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Look from Love. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Now it looks like he's starting to get things going here after that scoreless first half.
They set the pick. Now the pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Young. Number 41 drills the three-pointer. He's got 5.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Following the 3 by Atlanta. Gets it to go.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well, and just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Here's Tyler. He's got 13. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And the Hawks making a change here. Here's Bogdanovich. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now Murray. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 6.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here, and both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
Murray, the pass to Bogdanovich. Puts one up from 19. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The third quarter comes to a close. Hawks ahead, up 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The Heat trail by 4. Just 5 on the clock. Fires it up. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Passes to Murray. Here's Bogdanovich, defended by Tyler. Here's Bogdanovich. Some solid defense from Tyler. Number 31, defended by Young. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Outside Butler. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Butler's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Heat. Here's Bogdanovich. Looking to get it going. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
That's good from Bogdanovich.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half, but they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
Now here is Lowry. Nifty move. Good.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. I mean, this is the time to attack on the interior and generate those easy opportunities.
Here's Bogdanovich. Back to Young. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play. Atlanta making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. And that one falls for Young. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. He feeds it to Oladipo. Pass to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. The jump hook. Atlanta with the rebound.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
Now, here is Young. Young left side. He passes to Hunter. Back to Young. Puts one up from 19. Bullseye. Young's got 20 points.
And a nice jump for their offense in the second half. They're now up above 50% shooting for the game.
And Steve, it's no surprise to see them in the lead. I mean, when you score efficiently like that, you keep a lot of pressure on the other team.
Now the dish to Oladipo. Outside Lowry. Blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And Miami making a change here. Love's checked in. And Miami has possession. Trailing here by 8. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Young inside. While recovering. The kick out to Young. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. And that one's good. And it's an 11-point Hawks lead.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Now a timeout called by Miami. You have to like what we're seeing from Murray.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Lowry dishes to Butler. Looking to end the run. Can't get it to go. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And Young, here we go. Pass to Hunter. Clock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Murray. It's rebounded by Kyle Lowry. The Heat trail by 11. Feeds to Butler. Love outside. From downtown. And that one's good.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
He dishes it to Young. Butler with the block. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. And Atlanta has possession. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Oladipo, he's covered by Murray. Gets it to go.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
You know, Steve, something else that jumps out at me about him is how often he thwarts penetration with his active hands. I mean, he gets a lot of his steals as players try to make their way to the basket.
Now, here's Oladipo. Outside Lowry. Kicks it out to Love. Off target with his three.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
Now, here is Young. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. And Butler, here we go. Back to Lowry. There's the three. And good on the basket. Book it. Now it's just a three-point Hawks lead.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Atlanta calls timeout. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. Oh, the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Martin's checked in for Kevin Love. There's the pass to Murray. There's the screen. He kicks to Collins. The three-pointer is right on target. Collins has got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Now here is Lowry. Outside Butler. Dishes to Martin. Outside Butler. Shot clock at 5. Martin. A three ball. The shot, no good.
Well, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Now, it's a dangerous time to go cold here in the fourth quarter, so he's going to have to find the range.
And here is Butler. Outside for Martin. Plenty of space. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Hawks leading by 8. Now Murray. Kicks to Young. Passes it to Murray. Hawks passing it around. The three. No good from Hunter.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Murray, the pass to Young. While recovering. Another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
It's been a tough go for him. Just an uncontainable game for Young. He has 20 points and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
First free throw is good.
You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of them.
And so Young nails them both. Butler with the ball. The feed to Lowry. Pass to Martin. The dish to Butler. To halt the run. Offensive rebound. Outside Lowry. Number 13. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Hawks leading by 10. Outside for Lowry.
Come get it.
He feeds it to Martin. Pass to Oladipo. Back to Martin. Here's the three. That is good.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
For Atlanta, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. It's stolen by Oladipo. That's blocked by Murray. And they're able to recover. Goes back up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. No good on the free throw. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Outside, Martin. Six to shoot. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. The second chance effort, and the layup is good.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Young passes to Murray. Back to Young. He passes to Murray. For three, that's good. He has 30.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
Tyler, he's checked in for the Heat. Here's Lowry.
Come to me, come to me.
Feeds it to Tyler. Takes it from 10, and it's Miami with another.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Atlanta leading by 6. Here's Murray. Young outside. The pass to Hunter. Uncovered. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. And the Hawks lead by 8. Miami's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Lowry kicks to Martin. He dishes it to Tyler. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
That free throw good from Tyler. Atlanta leading by 5. .114 left in the fourth. Young off the pitch from Hunter. Young against Lowry. And Young kicks to Hunter. Atlanta gets it back. Collins passes to Murray. The Hawks working the ball around. Dishes it to Young. There's a good screen. Pass to Hunter. Offline with his three. And Miami shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Second chance shot. And it's Martin missing.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of two is good. That increases their lead to 6.
I'm sure he would have liked to have had all of those, but he still padded their lead a little bit at least.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They trail by 6. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they need to draw something up here. I think they'll go for a quick 2. And if not, maybe break somebody free for a long three-pointer.
And they have to know they need to foul right after the shot goes in as well.
The kick outside to Butler. It falls! And now they trail by just 4. There's 31 seconds left in the game. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
The Heat shooting at 51%. Really solid. Number 13. It's rebounded by Murray.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead for the Hawks. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Heat. They're trailing by 8. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Atlanta.